And map number 4, hit delivered. I have to imagine map number 5, it will keep us with the same momentum, keep us with the same energy.
Just seconds away then before we find out exactly what that circle looks like, exactly where the plane line will line up. And where are we headed? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to spoil it for just a second as we get the beautiful scenery of Rebirth Island. The outside gas starting to encroach. It's going to encroach very heavily, my friend, off towards the southwest side because we have a circle that's pulling towards Bio again.
Yeah, I don't know what's in the water today here for the game code, but we have been pulling to this northeast a lot today, really benefiting a lot of these teams that are up here. As you can already see, some of these early engagements. Movistar Koi still down here at Control Center with 100 Thieves, and well, guess who's not too far away, maybe looking to move up in a hot moment here. It is Novo Esports down below. As I'm watching just a couple of battles happen in the kill feed off rip. No surprise there, a lot of our teams are going to get active very early on, try and get those points, try and control their POI, and just apply the pressure. Unfortunately for 100 Thieves, though, GoClaim, he gets found on out in game. Okay. Loses a very close gunfight against Volcom, but a bouncing Betty, a spring mine on the ground will make sure that the trade is there. Look who has moved on up on his belly. He'll get the cleanup. Vortex takes down Volcom. And so just like that, as Novo moves on in, they're going to look to maybe hold down this boat and control at the same time.
Yeah, interesting to see this coming through Novo because they had arguably their worst game of the tournament in the last map, and that was them playing out from the boat, and they decided to contest Control Center late. They do it again, this time with far more success. We move over to the Stronghold fight. This is 5 Fierce against XO Esports. Very back and forth between them. I'd say XO largely coming out on top of this, but these teams will have to rotate quite soon, so you got to take whatever you can here, loot up quickly and get the hell out of Dodge, because any fight late up towards Living Quarters is a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very reminiscent of what we saw yesterday. Unfortunately for yesterday, though, the zone was pulling directly on top of Stronghold. Now, like you mentioned, it's going the complete opposite direction. You're not going to have as much time as you want to just kind of trade back and forth with this fight to try and manage to make it happen. Anxiety throws a great nade on the ground, though. Is going to be able to crack Hamoud. Takes him on down, pistol in hand, will go for the cleanup. You got all 3 members of 5 Fierce here. If you can manage to clean up XO Esports, if you can get the full wipe, beautiful, but even just put them into the blender, you're going to open up this side of the map, because when you kind of look at it, we got nobody living quarters right now. You're going to have a lot of opportunity to play out of this POI, get in there early. I see Penguin go down, I see Notrius go down, XO Esports in a little bit of a blender.
Yeah, they're having to be sent away. We move over. Gamax need a big bounce back. They're really struggling right now, way off the cut. I mean, one of those maps that we've seen them do in the past where they just suddenly take over a lobby as Ilalam drops into the water to make sure he hunts down the rest of Teeny. That loadout that gets called in will basically not be used then for the APAC team. And this Puerto Rican lineup will lay claim to the ammo shack. You've got squad 12, that is Gentlemates, or at least 2 of the players for the Gentlemates. They're rotating back to Bio to protect their anchors. We get a quick look here at Enkyo, and Grom rotating away. Halo in trouble, recognizing under pressure from VP. He needs his boys to arrive quickly.
Yeah, I like this. I like the wrap on back. You know, the comms are flowing. Gromalok and Enkyo, they're trying to do it, but as Gromalok just runs straight on forward, he just eats the bullets of noobs. Thankfully, looks like Enkyo and Hollow will be able to kind of back on down. Donkey's moved his way towards the stair side, but Noobs onto the outside, has hit the flank, has hit the route. Semtex will go in up over the top, but he's not able to get out of dodge. Enkyo with a great find there, and he is making his way back towards the stairs. Can he manage to find it?
I think 100 Thieves just got wiped in the bag here. No, we get lied to. Always one player just about surviving in the skies. But we take a quick look then at this fight and how it's unfolding with Gentlemates. As Enkyo sends Stongy packing and finishes the deal here. Nice. So clean up. You have pressure immediately coming in from 5 Fierce. Enkyo turns, burns, will find the first at least. So Scythe Anxiety, what do you do with little French Prince here? He wants this fight. He loves these close quarters engagements. LC-10 in hand, unlikely to lose many of his ones. Scythe sits atop this building. He's going to try and find the first with Gromalok, but he has the backup. First knock comes through. Enkyo, what do? You get aggressive. And oh my lord, Scythe delivers a cutting blow here. Hallow gets up high quickly enough. He's going to be cracked. Gromalok gets back up at least. So you survive for a moment. If you are the Frenchman, Anxiety considering pushing this and will be back down. Does Hallow go on the hunt? The answer is a tentative yes. Happy to see him go for now. Get Enkyo back into the fight and reset the situation.
Yeah, and I think this is really huge because the fact that he managed to hold the rooftop, going to be easy enough for these other members of the Gentlemates to land back in on their loot and just get it back into the fight very, very quickly. Interesting to see 5 Fears. Looks like obviously maybe that fight Stronghold didn't go their way. No. They fly all the way to the opposite side of the map. tries to bring it towards the Gentlemates. It's just not enough. For Vision, though, we know they've been landing towards that headquarters side. We can see 2 members. They've arced their way up here. Alato hanging out in his home, wondering if we're going to see maybe a campfire or a tent up there at some point, as I don't think he's left that spot in about 2 days overall. Just trying to manage to keep alive for his team. But unfortunately for Vision Esports, they are cut down on the rotation just a little bit. Lennon losing his life to a couple of those members from Rock Esports.
Yeah, Rock's going to hold the top of Prison. That's going to make the rotation in a little bit more difficult. Alato's going to have to move pretty soon, and he's under pressure from multiple angles here. A lot of people know he's going to be up here. Sniper of FIFA was peering on over. Lennon will get back into this, so it's whether or not he can grab his loot and then tuck inside Prison. I think that's the game plan. If you are Team Vision, everything slows down for just a second. Take a breath, assess what you have. We have 2 teams eliminated. Quite a few more yet, of course, in this one. It's FIFA kill with a beautiful sniper onto Goodbye to finish him off. But then it's all about this Prison setup then. This is, of course, a huge building in the thick of things. As Rock Esports, they are being contested by Virtus.pro. And, well, Vision, he's found 7 kills already. These boys have been farming.
Dude, I feel like we've done this like 9 times already in the past 2 days between, I don't care if it's us, I don't care if it's Coach. We like feel like a game has gone pretty okay early on, and we cut on over to one player who magically has 7, 8, 9. Where it's like, what have you been doing? Vision obviously feeling himself coming out of Prison that's there. And you see the Gentlemates fans here in the arena in Riyadh. They have arrived. They were chanting outside early today, and I gotta wonder if that was a little bit of a superpower for our French team, because they have definitely come online here in these first couple of maps. We gotta finish this second series with some energy, with some momentum already. Virtus.pro, they've backed on up towards that chemical side, and 5 Fears, we find them fighting yet again at their 3rd POI of the game. VKA below them, but it looks like maybe they've stabilized for a hot second as Scythe gets some shots of Elolam out of the sky.
7 kills on the board is impressive this early. We just spoke about it being rotated up onto, though, by VKA, who are part of the conversation, as well as Novo. Alex will find one. Is traded out pretty much instantaneously.
Okay.
2 knocks come through. The rest of Novo collapse into this. Anxiety does enough to find one. Do you get your boy back in? Can you pick Scythe up? Well, Cams is going to be trying to hit this from a distance. You should be able to get the rotation, the res even in, if you're Anxiety. I think he's actually buying his time for a moment. He was a little bit worried about being pushed up on. Doesn't come through, so Scythe should live to see another day. 5 Fears continuing to do what has been a little bit of a trait of theirs recently, and that is just hold on by the skin of their teeth and live to see another day.
Dongi with a nice nade through the window onto Gromalok, though. Virtus.pro looking to continue a little bit of this aggression towards the Gentlemates at bioweapons. Sukra going to be the one to go out towards that buy, and Dongi, he knows that players going to love going towards that buy station. That's a nice pickup from him. For the time being, though, can he manage to win this fight? You got Enkyo and Hollow. He's the only member still here. Sage and Noobs, they're over at Chemical, so a 1v2 right now from Dongi would be monstrous, but I think he's basically just maybe looking for just a quick little one as Noobs flies in on the other side the window, and that's going to be the positioning that you're looking for. Dongi able to activate and find 2 off the back of Noobs. Just making a nice little flight through the window. Some great teamwork there from Virtus.pro.
Yeah, Noobs, the fall guy, sets that up, and Dongi, of course, executes. You will have Gentlemen's recover out towards Submarine as Hallow gets himself back in, but this will now hand a lot of control to Virtus.pro. I say that, but you're being pressed in at Chemical. If you are Sage, 5 Fears, just being a nuisance, just threatening at all times, buzzing around. Sage going to be worried for a moment, so maybe his boys come back to just help him clear this threat out as he holds the top of Chemkia, looks down beneath. Plenty of utility being thrown his direction, but just able to slow things down, get his boys back into the fight, and actually finds a crack onto Scythe as well to make things better. Setting his boys up. In goes the flash. Gonna push. Beautiful work from Sage, and his teammates are here in time.
Nice little regame, but 5 Fears, I gotta give them some credit, man. They have been taking it to the top teams of this lobby on all 4 corners of the map. It feels like that we've seen. Anxiety from above, get some shots down in. Noobs, just trying to stabilize, just trying to stay alive for the time being. 5 Fears, though, I think they're gonna go ahead. They're gonna back on up just a moment. Maybe reset that fight back on over to Prison. Rock and Novo continuing this battle that's here. They're the only team really on this whole southern side of the zone for what it's worth. And we can already start seeing in the kill feed that fight breaking out between 5 Fears and Virtus.pro. And we even see Lennon has now gotten into the mix as well as Team Vision. They want a piece of the action.
Yeah, just before we peeled away, they started to collapse in on this, recognizing the ability to third-party it, find all the timings, get themselves in, and find a bunch of kills on the way. And Echo is on 6 already. Thief's typically the anchor, but Echo's not exactly a front man, so these boys must be putting up a lot of kills right now. Noobs, Kadzu, trying to swim around right now. Lennon's going to get aggressive on it. He recognizes the ability to eliminate Virtus.pro, and they will be sent packing. And Team Vision need this, really.
Yes.
They're in a qualification position right now, but it's been a slow day, so definitely starting to see them come online as they take control of Chemical, and that circle's going to drag down towards Harbour, so the position there and should catch a lot of teams on rotation. That being said, it's this battle for Prison that could be crucial for the end of this one.
That definitely could be. If you're Team Vision, you're holding down on that Chemical side, you're going to have a high sight line amongst everybody, all 3 of these teams, trying to make their way out of Prison and down on into the zone. So I love that you call it up, that this fight for Prison, very, very monumental. And for Rock Esports, I think they kind of have the power spot here, dude. They're holding the rooftop. This is what they want to do, right? Well, for Team Vision, it's all about holding it from one angle, it's about getting on the other. But War's playing from the medical bay side. He has a sniper in hand, and he is just laying down the aggression. A couple of cracks will come on through. But for Gamax, they're trying to play on down. Can they manage to find Novo in the cafeteria? Already some shots going in across, playing, sliding through the smoke. Vortex tries to take the fight against Elolam, but he will get the knock. He will get the full. Brings Novo down to 2. You're starting to see the Thermites come on in. Sukra, he's going to be the one. He finds one, but look who is here, trying to jump on down, trying to steal away some of these kills. And while all of this fighting is happening, look who's decided to join the party, saying, "Hey friends, bonjour! The gentlemates are here, looking to get active."
And Grommelhog will wipe Novo off the board here, but what do you do when your players against you up above? You've got to consider, do we rotate away from this? Do we try and fight for the high ground to look over? 2 players of Rock Esports above them, and 2 of Gamax as well. So it's for gentlemates now, picking your fight, deciding which way you want to punch out. A couple of kills coming through, at least knocks in the feed. One of them for Rock onto Hallow. You're also going to see FIFA kill trade that though, so Hallow might get back in, and Thief, he's putting the sniper to work, finds a crack onto Wars, going to let him know that that window is not there for free, and tries to eye one up onto Enkyo. And right now, Thief just laying down, backing so many teams away from this next circle rotation.
But look where his 2 teammates are, Lennon and Echo. They've pushed on up. They leave FIFA kill on the roof to give them all the info they need, because they have this understanding that all of the rest of the teams are in prison. All of these squads have to go ahead and push on down, and for Echo and Lennon, it's just going to be about cleaning them up, and for FIFA kill, well, it's about using this frost line, going to work, and just cracking all of these players. And you can see here very quickly, the gentlemates thought they had an opportunity to clean up Prison, but just like that, they are getting picked apart from some of these teams. FIFA kill thanks to the gas pushing on in. He'll have to jump on down to join back up with Echo, but for Gamax, they're still alive. Can Enkyo manage to go huge here? No, he can't. He's found on out, and just like that, Team Vision, some beautiful positioning, lend them a victory here in our 2nd series.
Yeah, incredible work, really. Pushed up through that Harbour side, third-partied the fighting chem, cleaned out most of that. When the circle starts to come in that direction, which we saw from quite early, we were able to call that quite early, you end up in a situation where everybody else is scrambling, and Thief's work over the top of the snipers, I don't look pretty on the scoreboard, I think it's only like 3 or 4 kills. He does enough to just stop teams being able to get there early, allows his boys to push up, take all of that map position, and find those final kills.
Yeah, imagine if he had been with Lennon Echo down below. Like, sure, they're going to probably draw a line in the sand and say, hey, everybody got to come on down to us. We're holding this side of the zone beautifully. But he does exactly what he needs to do, which is what you mentioned. It's just like basically pull all that aggression towards him. He just is being annoying. That's kind of the beauty of this sniper in this meta. And when you're picking up something like the Frostline, it's a fast-firing sniper. And you're not going to one-shot anybody with it, but you're going to crack plates. And we know very well with this LC10 in the meta, if somebody's flesh, dude, it only takes a couple of bullets very, very quickly to bring them on down. So great work from Team Vision, some great moments from a lot of our top teams. We only got one more game, my friend, for B versus C, so we're going to go ahead, go to a break. When we come back, it is going to be map number 6.